Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about some things that are hard to believe are happening in this world. I am sure you have not even heard of most of these things. So I invite you to see what these amazing things are. Let's start our video now. Honey that never expires. Honey is undeniably one of the most delicious foods in the world. Honey, which is the result of the labor of thousands of tiny bees, is not only special because of its taste. That's because honey never expires. Yes, honey is actually the longest-lasting food in the world. In fact, there is archaeological evidence to suggest that honey can last for thousands of years. In 1999, archaeologists discovered a jar of honey in an ancient Egyptian tomb that was estimated to be over 3,000 years old. The honey was still perfectly edible, even though it had crystallized over time. This is due to its unique combination of high sugar content, low moisture level, and acidic pH. The high sugar content of honey makes it a very inhospitable environment for bacteria and other microorganisms. The low moisture level of honey further reduces the chances of spoilage, as microbes need water to survive. Finally, the acidic pH of honey inhibits the growth of many harmful bacteria. Lady of Good Death. Femina agabidora, or Lady of Good Death, is a middle-aged woman covered in a long black shawl. Highly respected in Sandinian society, her job was to help elderly and sick people on their deathbeds, who could not be carried in a casket, to a good and quick death. Several methods have been used to kill sick elderly people, but most popular is a blow to the back of the head with a light weapon, such as a 40 centimeters long oak mallet or club, and squatting has been used to suffocate. The justification for Agabidora's work is that women bring life into the world, so women can reclaim it. Although the tradition of Agabidora is not active today, reports state that the Agabidora practice was still practiced in some communities in northern Sardinia until the late 1970s. The youngest mother in the world. The role of motherhood is one that is often filled with joy, love, and sacrifice. But for some women, the journey to motherhood begins much earlier than expected. In 1933, a 5-year-old girl named Lina Medina from Peru shocked the world when she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Lina was the youngest confirmed mother in history, and her case remains a medical mystery to this day. Of course, this incident was unbelievable, but it actually happened. Lina's son, Gerardo, grew up to be a healthy and successful man. He never knew his biological father, and Lina never married. She devoted her life to raising Gerardo and eventually became a nurse. Sperm that violate Newton's laws. Scientists discover for the first time that sperm violate Newton's third law of physics. Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Spermatozoa use a long tail-like structure called a flagellum to swim. And when this flagellum moves, science claims that it defies Newton's law of motion by not creating an equal and opposite action from the fluid around it. Analyzing the algae and sperm cells under a microscope, the researchers discovered that the pair moved using their tails. Although they should eventually slow down according to Newton's laws of motion, the motions of the sperm's tail conserve energy and prevent an equal and opposite reaction. Sperm perform this action and move through the fluid, changing their shape without causing equal and opposite reactions. Scientists call this odd elasticity, and this allows sperm cells to swim efficiently with minimal energy expenditure. Another amazing thing is, a sperm contains 37.5 megabytes of DNA information. In one sperm release, 1,587 gigabytes of data is exchanged within 3 seconds of sperm. It is 6,000 times faster than the current world's highest internet speed. The newly born island. A new island has been created in the Pacific Ocean after an underwater volcano erupted. This island, formed as a result of ash and magma released into the air, is located off the island of Iwo Jima in Japan. Forecasters say that if the volcano's eruption continues, The island, about 330 feet is diameter, may become permanent or merge with nearby Iwo Jima. A man who was afraid of women for 55 years. Kalatwe Nzanwida, a 71-year-old Jamaican, has been hiding in his house for 55 years because of his fear of women. He has also built a 15-foot wall in front of his house with sticks just to protect himself from a zombie attack. It is the women of this village who keep the man alive. They have brought food and other groceries from the house when this man is sleeping or not, and they take them when he comes. Residents of Pudesh say that when he sees women, he quickly runs home and locks the door. What is the reason why he is afraid of women? This is the mental condition called gynophobia. It can be described as a strong fear and disgust towards a woman. When a woman is seen or approached, symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, sweating, tremors, nausea, shortness of breath appear. A person suffering from this disease makes a woman work so that she does not even see the eye. Often isolation and stay at home can be seen. A disease that can develop. In order to cure this disease, he needs to expose the fear to the women little by little. Let them face the fear and the fear will go away. PAPUA tree people. The Kombai or tree people are a cannibalistic Vanwari tribe living in the lowland forests of Papua, part of New Guinea and Indonesia. They still practice ritual murder today, but it is always a cultural norm, not an act of hunger. Living in families or groups, the Kombai people have been hiding from the outside world for generations and following their ancient lifestyle as hunter-gatherers. Each family owns a specific area in the Padan forest, and most of them live in isolated tree houses. The population is approximately 5,000. Most of the tree houses are about 80 feet high, and the huts were originally built to escape the heat and mosquitoes, as well as to protect against floods and invasions by other tribes. The most beautiful woman in the world. Hedy Lamarr, known as the most beautiful woman in the world, was an American actress and innovator born on January 9, 1914 in Vienna, Austria. Starring in dozens of films, she was the most sought-after actress in Hollywood in the 1940s. Off-screen, her life was tumultuous and often shrouded in scandal. Hedy has spent much of his time away from the camera innovating. With cordless phones now synonymous with the W, Florida pioneered the invention of the underlying technology for GPS, CDMA, and Bluetooth communication systems, and was 85 years old when he died in isolation at his home on January 19, 2000. Crocodile people. The Chambri tribe living in the Sepik province of Papua New Guinea are also known as the crocodile people. The Chamli tribe, who believe that crocodiles are sacred animals and that humans evolved from crocodiles, hold a traditional ceremony every 4 or 5 years to pay homage to the crocodiles, and during the ceremony, boys and young men between the ages of 11 to 30 years are deep in the chest area, back and buttocks. Various patterns are created by cutting to resemble the scales of a crocodile. This ancient practice is not only extremely painful but can also be life-threatening. Resisting pain is an important part of the ceremony, and it is believed that if boys can remain calm, they will be able to overcome all pains in life. At the end of the ceremony, boys participate in tribal rituals with traditional ornaments and headdresses, after which they are considered perfect men and representatives of the crocodile spirit. The human owl. Nicknamed the human owl with the uncanny ability to turn his head completely backwards, Martin Joe Lorello is known as the only person in the world who can walk straight forward and walk straight back. Born in Nuremberg, Germany, in 1885, Martin Joe immigrated to America in 1921 in search of fame and fortune, performing as a clown in stunts such as taming lions, swallowing swords, and mesmerizing audiences with head turns and backwards walks. Reports say that there is Thank you so much for joining this amazing video today.